All right, free people. A lot of people asked me they didn't know about the homicide that happened on the 10th, which was Wednesday, approximately 12:06 in the afternoon. The shooting took place around 11 something. But this is the young man, and they're giving a cash reward. Anybody know anything about this uh, homicide? They want called a hotline or whatever they call this. What is it? I don't know what it is. Um, you know anything about it? This is what they had, like I'd say about 30 or 40 shell casings all over the street. They blocked off Fleetwood Village. In broad daylight, this shooting took place. You know, kids could have been walking around. Little old ladies could have been walking around, going to the store, and this shooting took place. But yet and still, and the reason I'm showing you is this because people wanted to know who the person was. And if you know anything, just call these numbers. I'm gonna put the numbers down there. I don't know. I think this what a Crime Stopper or Tip Stopper. This is what it is right here. Crime Solver. Okay. Let me get this telephone number if I can focus in. All right. But like I was showing you last night, on the 13th, you got these officers in unmarked cars. We call them ghost cars. They sit out there, have no markings on them. They just got the berries and cherries in them and the antenna on the back. You know, this is how you know they're police cars. But he's out there writing tickets instead of in the neighborhood and doing security work for Bank of America. They don't started that back up again. I'm telling you, these government officials that you have elected into office, corporations got them in their back pockets. They're in their back pockets, y'all. And they're getting paid. There's some criminal activity going on. Why are you back out at Bank of America guarding Bank of America? They talk about they are trying to push the criminals away from these big business, but where you pushing them at? Into the neighborhoods. Into the neighborhoods. You know? And that's exactly what happened with this homicide. The sad part about it is this is another one that is not going to get solved. And it's not going to get solved because people know what is really going on. You're pushing these kind of criminal activity into the residency. And homeowners and people who live in here, you know, they don't want to get involved because you can't solve one murder. Why do you need the people's assistance when your officers are guarding big business, big corporations, and they're not parked in these neighborhoods? Who gives a fuck about these billion-dollar businesses who can hire their own security? Why are they using taxpayers' dollars to secure their business? You know, there was a shootout. Go look on my platform. There was a shootout in broad daylight in another neighborhood when a lady was walking their dog in their neighborhood. Where's the police? They only come after the fact. And I'm gonna put up part of that recording after this one to show you. This shit is just crazy. It is. And ladies and gentlemen, you can say what you want to say. It's getting worse. It's getting worse. It's not getting better. It's getting worse. You know, this man's life is only worth $25,000. Ain't that some shit? With all the money these people siphon off of us taxpayers, to find out who did this is only, his life is only worth $25,000. A homicide should at least, this time, whatever this thing is, crime solving shit, you should start off with $50,000 if you're serious about solving a murder, a homicide. Start off at $50,000. Maybe you'll catch somebody who's willing to come out there and talk. But $25,000, that's just like a dollar. That's just like a dollar compared to the backlash a person may get once they find out you went and snitched and ratted on them. You know, $50,000 you make and pack your family up and move out the area. I think it should be more than that, but hey, start off at $50,000. $25,000 is just like a dollar. And don't tell me, oh, if somebody ain't got it. Let me tell you something. People ain't dumb. I don't know why these law enforcement people think people dumb. I mean, $25,000 ain't shit compared to snitching on an individual who's willing to take a person's life. So, y'all got the, I don't know who's giving law enforcement advice. They, from my understanding, they got this kind of committee. Let me tell you something. And just like I told the officer that we were sending that Enterprise, you need to put some real people on your committee who's out here in the neighborhoods. These people probably live up in Potomac or Bowie where there is no crime, trying to dictate shit in crime area. They worthless. You're getting bad advice again. That's why they now are talking about deterring crime from big business off of New Hampshire Avenue. They're back guarding big business and big corporations who can hire their own security. But just like I told this officer, you're pushing the criminals into the residence. And shit gonna get real because these youngers aren't scared of them berries and cherries anymore. They're not. Make no mistake about it. You know, you can say what you want to. You can do what you want to. If you want to know what really is going on, take a walk or ride through some of these areas and you'll see what is really going on. Pull your camera out and record it. What is going on? Whoever's giving these law enforcement people advice, y'all need to get rid of them because they don't know what the hell is going on out here in these streets. Get you some people who's out here in these streets to try to give you an idea how to manage this shit. Because you ain't going to be able to stop it. It's out of control now. But manage it. And one way you can manage it is tell your officers to get out of the big businesses, parking lots, guarding big businesses, and start guarding the people who pay you. The taxpayers. Don't run crime into their neighborhoods. Run it out of their neighborhoods. And make these big businesses own up and hire armed security people to sit on their property. And then therefore, the taxpayers are secure and the big businesses are secured. So where the criminals going to go? Think about it. Where they going to go? But as long as you're guarding big corporations and big business, the youngest going to go out into the residence, rob, pillage, and everything. Because there is no security out there for them. And this is why I tell you, free people, the Second Amendment gives you a right to bear arms. I know y'all say in the state of Maryland, they wrote a rule talking about there is no stand your ground. The Second Amendment gives you the right to stand your ground. You have a right to defend yourself against any aggressor. That is a guaranteed right under the Second Amendment. You have a right to bear arms. If you choose to put a Gatling gun on your front lawn or a tank, you have a right to do so. It's guaranteed under the Second Amendment, and no law enforcement or government agency can take that away from you pursuant to the 14th Amendment. Look up what the definition of the word abridge means. So anytime you see these fictitious laws that go against the supreme law of this country, it's fictitious. And anybody who tries to enforce it has waged war on the Constitution, the supreme law, which makes them a traitor and a terrorist to the citizens of America. Know your law. Get your law right. Read it up. Don't take my word for it. Read it and understand it. Go back. I showed you the title that gives you the definition of a domestic terrorist. And that's trying to change the society that is all, and the laws that have already been written. And the supreme law of this country is engraved in this country. You have a right to bear arms, and no law enforcement, no government agency can stop you from bearing arms. And I don't care if you want to walk down the street with a 9mm or whatever. And we're going to test it. Right now, we're putting a group together to put the cameras on an individual who walks down the street with a sidearm on, and he ain't got no card, he ain't got none of that. And we're going to put it to the test. So y'all get ready. You know, back in the cowboy days, you know, when they used to walk with their sidearms on their side, you know, they talking about, oh, felons can't do it. Well, go back and look at the old Cowboys movie where the warden, when they finished their sentence, he handed them their 6-shooter back, and he handed him his bullets, and he always told him they ate the horse. They fed the horse to him, but don't loan your 6-shooter until you're way off the property of the jail. So that felon shit they be talking about is a violation also. Every citizen, whether you're a felon or not, has a right to bear arms. It's only when you use it does the government and law enforcement has a right to get involved to make sure you used it correctly. And if you got to stand your ground, I don't care if it's in Maryland, they can't make a law pursuant to the 14th Amendment. So y'all got to educate yourselves. You better start arming yourselves to protect yourself. And I'm going to show you this young man how all this, I guarantee it was over $1 million standing around. Why this young man, just like the other one, lost his life. And this is the people we're paying to serve us. They're not here to protect us, so you got to protect yourself. Just doing paperwork, picking up shell casing, kicking the bobo, and then they try to offer you $25,000 to come out and help them solve the case. You know, like I told the other officer, I had a good dialogue with a sergeant with Prince George's County. You know, all of them know that there's a bad system in the Prince George's County Police Department. Nobody wants to build police anymore. So when these guys start retiring, what you going to do then? Call in the Navy, call in the Army, call in the National Guard to police your streets? That's what they're trying to do. And what you think gonna happen then? What you think gonna happen then when you see armed guards walking the streets like they do over in these third world countries? People gonna fight back. When your family goes to the grocery store and a loaf of bread is now $5, $10, what you think people gonna do? Just like I told these officers, you could push a person so far and then they're going to fight back. And that's what's happening. This shit is out of control, citizens. And the only way we can curb this is by putting honest people into our government to change it. You know, I had a person saw the recording of the little police last night, where he talking about, I approached him first. I didn't say one word to him. The guy was saying, why are you so aggressive? No, this is how America was founded, on aggression. They don't understand being nice to him. Oh, sir, it's not nice to stop this man for a light when his lights are on. So his lights are working. You give him a ticket for saying his lights are out. Why? Oh, are you trying to say that they were turned off? Okay. Let's look at this whole picture. Okay, if you're going to say he was riding down the street with no headlights on, the respectable thing to do as a professional, okay, if you wanted to pull him over, walk up to him and tell this citizen, good afternoon, sir. I'm stopping you because you didn't have your lights turned on. Can you turn your lights on for me? Oh, and the man might have had just got out of a store or whatever and forgot to turn them on when he was coming down Highway 650. The only way you're going to get citizens to turn their way of thinking about these new domestic terrorists is to show some respect to them. Now, the officers think you should give them respect, but you don't supposed to give respect back. You got some officers that do. And you'll see in my recording, I ain't got nothing, like he said, I don't know him. But when you come at me sideways, and which he did do, I didn't say not one word. And anybody know me, even to some of the officers, I don't speak to you unless you speak to me. And when you do, I got to put you in your place. I got to put you in your place because I'm your boss. No matter how you may think it or feel it, the citizens are the bosses. And then he got the nerve to, he don't know why I'm recording. He know why I'm recording because I'm going to put you on my platform to show how stupid and how much of a coward you are riding around in an unmarked car doing traffic stop. If I was this young man, I wouldn't have stopped at all. I'm not stopping for no car that is not marked, that says police on the side of it, that ain't got a police blue and light on the top of it. I'm not stopping. So you come at me sideways in an unmarked car when I'm traveling, I'm not stopping. I'll put my emergency lights on and I'll keep on riding until I see a marked police car pull up. This is how women get raped. All these fake police officers out here. And this is why they tell people, don't stop for these unmarked cars. Put your emergency lights on and keep driving. Or keep traveling. I ain't going to say drive because, we got clowns out there that want to deafening. But keep traveling until you see a marked car. He going to call for backup. Just like he did this time. That's why it was all these marked police cars around parked when he called and told him, these guys out here kept recording. And they all pulled up. The guy at Enterprise, he got a call to pull up there. Yeah, I carry a scanner. I hear what they saying. But I'm telling you, things about to get rougher. They ain't about to get better. They gonna get rougher. And the only way we curb this is start putting people in there that are respectable. Just like I told you this all he had to do was walk up to this man and say, sir, you didn't turn your lights on. Could you turn your lights on? The man said, oh, okay, I apologize. Have a nice evening, sir. He get back in his ghost car and drive away. But instead, he wrote the man a ticket. What kind of shit is that? You're trying to take money out of this man's pocket because he probably forgot about turning the light on. And how you respect a bitch that do shit like that? Even down to one day over, whatever they say, getting these stickers for your thing. Come on, man. Everybody makes mistakes. These sovereign citizens feel they don't, but this is how they make their money. This is how they make their quota. They got to have so much police activity within a month. So they go out and write these fictitious tickets. This man's headlights worked. The man said he stopped him because he didn't have headlights on. Or his headlights on. But they're working. What's wrong with just telling this man you forgot to turn your headlights on? And then drive away. And that's what he was doing. Anybody didn't have their headlights on, he was pulling them over. A bitch move. A real respectable officer would have pulled up on this man and said, "Good evening, sir. The reason I'm stopping you is you don't have your headlights on." The man would have, "Oh, I forgot. I'm sorry, officer." "Okay, sir, have a nice day." And he would have let the man go, get back in his cruiser, and went and got real crime. He wouldn't have wrote the man a ticket. That's a bitch move. And then they wonder why nobody respects them anymore. Nobody helps them anymore. You trying to take money out of people's pocket. We already giving you a welfare check of $60, $70, $80, $100,000, and you still trying to take more money out of their pocket. These people work hard for their money, officer. And because he forgot to turn his lights on, you gonna give him a motherfucking ticket? You's a bitch. You's a bitch. And you're right, I get upset behind shit like that. And that's all he was doing. Anybody that didn't have their lights on, riding down New Hampshire Avenue, he was pulling them over. And giving them tickets. And you supervisor should check it. You got his name and his badge number. On the 12th, writing tickets for not having headlights on Highway 650. Who writes a fucking ticket but a bitch, a fucking criminal, giving a citizen because they forgot to turn their headlights on? Fuck on out of here, man. Even if his headlight was out, one of his headlights was out, same scenario. All he had to do was pull the guy over, tell the guy, "Look, you got one of your headlights off, sir. I need you to get that fixed. I'm gonna write you up a work order fix to get that headlight fixed, take it to the nearest DMV or whatever, and show them that you got the light fixed. Have a nice day, sir." Within so many days. Just like the man said, talking about his headlights went off, he gave him a ticket. He's a bitch. He don't deserve to be in that uniform. And this is the problem that's going on in America today. We got guys that don't deserve to be in those uniforms, and they make the whole barrel rotten. But the problem is, you taxpayers got to start standing up and getting rid of these bad apples so we can separate the bad apples from the good apples. And we got to start at the top. Just like this situation, Prince George's County has now ordered these officers to go back and stand in front of big business. Why are we securing big business? These people make enough money to hire their own security. Why are we using taxpayers' servants to do it? Common sense. It doesn't make any sense other than somebody's in somebody's pocket. Somebody's in somebody's pocket. Bank of America. They got an armed security guard in Bank of America in the morning. Why is it they can't put an armed security guard in a car with berries and cherries on it? It's on their property, guarding their tellers at night. Somebody tell me that. Common sense. Why are we using law enforcement who could be parked out in the residential neighborhood stopping murders like this one? They're present, sitting up in the neighborhoods, patrolling the neighborhoods. You know, when I say sitting up, ghost cars, I don't mean patrol cars. Patrol means you're roaming around. You're going around. Ghost cars, you could be sitting in that parking lot all night long. And as long as you ain't got them berries and cherries on, you doing your job. A real law enforcement officer don't have berries and cherries on. All he do that for is to scare people, criminals away, so he don't engage them. That's all that shit is about. When you see a police car with them cherries and berries on, that's all in telling a criminal, I'm in the area, so don't do no while I'm in the area. Wait until I leave the areas. A fucking coward. He ain't trying to do no arrest. He ain't trying to make no arrest. That's what I'm saying. Common sense. And the streets know that. Wait until that nigga move with them berries and cherries on. We'll do what we got to do. Just like in this homicide right here, y'all. This is the same neighborhood, the same apartment complex, Fleetwood Village, where the young man was killed and he stayed all night right on the corner. I'm talking about no more than 50 feet away of this man losing his life was the other one. Now you tell me something. Common sense, people. And I'm talking to you taxpayers who got common sense. If this is a hot spot, why isn't there more police presence? Why isn't one of them mobile cameras put up on the corner to monitor this area? I'm pretty sure Fleetwood wouldn't mind them parking one of those mobile cameras right there on the corner to monitor their little apartment complex. You don't have 2 murders in there within a year. More than that. I'm just saying these 2. From the, all kind of shit don't went on in this little area. But I'm just saying, it's a hot spot. But law enforcement stays away from this hot spot. Why is that? Want me to tell you? Fucking cowards. Fucking cowards. You got all these, and you go to these stores now, you see all these little mobile cameras. Okay? Yeah, you got, they owned by some other company. They're not owned by the police department, most of them. But you spending money on police cars parked behind firehouses and whatever. Talking about people don't live in the county. I guarantee you, whoever owns these mobile cameras, you can pay them for the service to monitor that. And then while the officers are patrolling through it, the camera's still going and they can rotate it. You want to know why they don't put them cameras on? Because sooner or later people start saying, under the Freedom of Information, you can ask for the footage. You'll see that there is no police presence. 0, just like in Tacoma Park where the chief talking about his people come down there. How in the fuck they come down there and people still dumping shit and you don't know shit been dumped back there? Just more lies from people up above. If we had an honest police chief in Prince George's County, that would be something they should do. Wherever there's a hot spot, I'm putting the camera there. I'm putting the camera there. And that mug will stay there until we curb the criminal activity in that area. Okay? To make the citizens safe, the taxpayers, the bosses safe. But that's not what they want to do, free people. That is not what they want to do. This right here is what they want. They say let them, I don't know if some of y'all ever saw Braveheart. If we can't get rid of them, the Scots, we'll breed them out. That's what they're doing now. If we can't curb these young people, we'll let them kill each other off. And young people, y'all got to use your head and start seeing that. killing each other doesn't solve the problem. That's what they want y'all to do. So y'all make their jobs a little easier. And I'm going to show you how easy their jobs is after this recording. I'm going to show you how easy their job is after this young man lost his life. And all they did was stand around kicking the bobo. And then they put this shit out, hoping that one of you citizens is hungry enough for $25,000. This man's life, this young man's life, is only worth $25,000, y'all. That's a damn shame. So you young people out there, when y'all kill somebody, or you get killed, you hung up in some shit, this is all your life is worth. $25,000. That's a damn shame. That's what they think about you. So, you're going to see more recordings because now we know they back out here guarding billion-dollar businesses again. So we're going to have to get back out here, just like I told the officer. You saw one dude in the I mean, we got flukes all over the area. We got dick suckers. We got booty shakers. All kind of clowns who life isn't, they worth this $25,000. Even the officer that was sitting there talking to me shook his head when this clown run his, because they know. This is why America's in the predicament it is now. Individuals who won't stand up for nothing, who don't believe in nothing, getting drunk, getting their necks high. That's it. Sitting in their mama basement in their drawers, complaining about a recording of what is going on in the real world today. Ain't this some shit? This is what this world has come to. But let me tell you this. Things are going to get harder. History always repeats itself. I keep telling y'all that. Wake up and understand what I'm saying. This same shit here went on back in history. It's only on a different platform now. People are getting tired. And the only way we curb this is we start electing people who works for the American people. And I mean work for the American people. Because we the people is our government. We put people into these offices and they come up and spend big money making up these fictitious laws just like, they know they don't hold water. That's the same thing about, what's this, Eleanor Holmes Norton in D.C. Taxation without representation. Her whole platform, go back and look at it. Her whole platform, taxation without representation. And she's supposed to have been representing D.C., but she's talking